Hello viewer, today we will discuss the topic agency. What is agency? First we will discuss the agent and the principal. An agent is a person employed to do any lawful act for another or to represent another in dealing with a third person. The person for whom such act is done, who is so represented, is called the principal. All types of the business may use agents. An agent is a person who acts on the behalf of someone else, a principal, to arrange a transaction with a third party. The transaction creates a legal contract, and the contract is between the principal and the third party. There is a legal relationship between the agent and the principal. The nature of this relationship is explained later. The agent acts on the behalf of a principal by negotiating with the third party. Under the normal circumstances, there is no legal agreement between the agent and the third party. However, the agent may negotiate the terms of a contract between the principal and the third party. Pasha points the Azam to buy the 10 bags of the sugar on his behalf. Pasha is principal and Azam is the agent. And the contract between the two is the agency. When the contract is made, it is between the principal and the third party. Example number 2, principal and the third party. Pasha appointed the Azam to buy 10 bags of sugar on his behalf. If the pursuance of a contract of the agency, Azam purchases the bags of the sugar from Tariq, a wholesale dealer in the sugar, on the credit, and then Pasha and Tariq are the indirect contractual relations, and the contract of the purchase is enforceable both by and against the Pasha. Any person who is of the age of majority and who is of the sound mind may employ an agent. Example number 3, who may employ an agent. Azam, an adult, entered into a contract on the behalf of Parveen, a minor, with Tariq. Tariq can enforce the contract against Azam and not the Parveen. As between the principal and the third person, any person may become an agent. Thus, even a minor or a person of the unsound mind can be appointed as an agent. It is so because the agent is the act of the principal, and therefore the principal is liable to the third parties for the acts of a minor agent. Types of agent. Following are the different types of agent. Commercial agent are the mercantile agent, an agent who regularly buys or sells goods on the behalf of a principal. For example, a company in Karachi might have an agent in Lahore who arranges the sale of the company's goods with the buyers in Lahore. What is the broker? Broker is the intermediary who arranges the trade or transactions on behalf of the clients. An example in a stock broker who arranges the purchases or the sale of the stock market investment on the behalf of a client. What is auctioneer? An auctioneer is an agent who is authorized to sell property of a principal at the auction. Adult credit agent. Adult credit agent is one who is the consideration of an extra commission guarantees his principal that the person with the whom he enters into the contract on the behalf of a principal shall perform the obligation. He occupies the position of both a grantor and an agent. What is company director and manager? It is important to be aware that company directors act as an agent for their company. Therefore, the rule of agency law apply the transaction carried out by the directors on the behalf of a company. Employees, particularly senior managers, might also act as an agent for the employer. Partners in a business partnership. It is also important to be aware that the business partners act as agents for their partnership business. The rule of agency law therefore apply to the powers conferred on a partner to bind the partnership to contractual agreements and the obligations. What is the sub-agent? A sub-agent is the person employed by the original agent to act under his control in the business of agency. The general rule is that agent is not entitled to delegate the authority to another person without the consent of the principal. This is because when the principal appoints a particular agent to act as on his behalf, he relies upon the agent's skills, integrity, and competence. However, agent may appoint a sub-agent and delegate the work to him if the principal has expressly permitted delegation of such power. It is the ordinary custom of the trade and that a sub-agent may be employed. The nature of the work is such that a sub-agent is necessary. For example, a manager of a shop may employ the sales assistant. The acts to be done are purely immaterial. Unforeseen emergencies arise, rendering appointment of the sub-agent necessary. Where a sub-agent is properly appointed, in such a case, the principal is bound by the acts of a sub-agent, as if the sub-agent was an agent originally appointed by the principal. The agent is responsible to the principal for the acts of a sub-agent, and the sub-agent is responsible for his act to the agent, but not to the principal, except in the case of a fraud or the willful wrong. Where a sub-agent is not properly appointed. Where the appointment of a sub-agent is made without authority and without any justification, the following consequences arises. The agent stands as principal towards such a sub-agent. The principal is not represented by such sub-agent and hence is not liable for the acts of a sub-agent. The agent is responsible for the acts of a sub-agent to the principal as well as to the third party. The sub-agent is not responsible to the principal at all. He cannot be held liable by the principal even for fraud or the willful wrong. He is responsible for his acts only to the agent. What is co-agent or substituted agent? A co-agent is or a substitute agent is a person who is named by the agent or on express or implied authority from the principal to the act for the principal. He is not a sub-agent but an agent of the principal for such act of the business of the agency. As be entrusted to him, he is the agent of the principal, though he is named at the request of the principal by the agent. In selecting a co-agent for his principal, an agent is bound to exercise the same amount of the discretion as a man of ordinary prudence would exercise in his own case, and if he does this, then he is not responsible to the principal for the acts or the negligence of his co-agent. Thank you so much.